If you've just bought your Action 5 Pro, this video will talk to you about settings that you should change straight away, settings you need to change before each shoot, as well as some hidden features that you may have missed to help you get the most out of your camera. By default, the sounds on this camera are a bit loud and a little bit tacky. To mute the sounds altogether, or at the very least to lower the volume, tap the settings icon and then scroll down to sounds and select low or mute. This camera by default after 5 minutes will power down, and this can be really inconvenient and it can shut down at the most inconvenient times. You can change this to a more convenient number of minutes in the settings menu under auto power off, and I usually change it to 30 minutes or never. And then if you want to power your camera off, you can do this manually anyway. The Action 5 Pro, like most Action cameras, has an SD card, but it also has an internal memory as well. And you have to manually select where you want your videos to save to. If you don't set this, then you might think your videos are being saved to your memory card, whereas in fact they're being saved to your internal storage. And this can give you quite a shock when you put your memory card into your desktop computer and there are no files on there. So swipe down and then swipe across to memory settings, and you can select internal or SD card. And on the top left corner of your main camera screen, this will indicate your storage location. So you'll see an icon here for SD or a camera icon for internal storage. And this also affects playback as well. So if you're on internal storage and you go to playback a clip, you won't see any clips from your SD card, only your internal storage. If you want to start recording instantly with this camera, then you can turn on snapshot mode. And snapshot mode is similar to quick capture on other Action cameras. And snapshot mode allows you to press the record button when the camera is off, and then the camera will turn on and start recording straight away. So go to settings and then snapshot, and then you can choose for the camera to start recording in the last mode that you were using, or you can manually select hyperlapse or video mode. The power button on the side of the camera is also a quick settings button when the camera is on, and if you quick press it, it will cycle through different shooting modes. And the really cool thing is that you can customize it to only have the modes on the quick settings button that you need. So swipe down and tap the QS icon, and now select which mode you want to appear. I like to keep this simple, so I've set mine to include video mode and playback mode. You can also select tracking mode here as well, which is a cool feature that I'll talk about in a minute. You may not realize that you can rename your files and folders for better organization. So go to settings and naming management, and then you can set a 3-letter folder and file name. So for example, if you're biking, you could put BIK. If you're skiing, then you could put ski. And if you've shot a lot of footage, this makes it a lot easier to find which part you're looking for when you get it onto your computer. You'll have multiple folders with different names for each thing that you filmed. When you're shooting, I usually shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second, because this always gives you the option then to slow your footage down and give your footage a cinematic look. Remember though, this will use double the storage compared to 30 frames per second. Remember to adjust the stabilization for your shot. By default, the stabilization on this camera is set to daily, and this is a standard stabilization, and it's appropriate for vlogging or walking. But if you're filming action shots, then you should consider changing the stabilization. So tap the right side of the screen here and then select stabilization. Select sport mode for smoother images that reduce unwanted shake. If you are vlogging, there's another great feature on this camera that you may want to turn on, and that's the built-in mic backup. So if you're using an external mic for your vlogs, by turning this on, it means that not only will you be able to record from your external mic, but at the same time it will record a backup track using the camera's internal mic. So this will save you if there are ever any issues with your external mic. So go to settings and then go to built-in mic audio backup. And if you'd like to get better at vlogging, then I'd like to introduce you to Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online community for creatives like you, and they're also the sponsors of this video. You can choose from more than a dozen classes just on vlogging, including vlogging for travel, for YouTube, or for business, and there's even a class on there by popular travel filmmaker Jevan Dovey. Other classes for video production include lighting, framing, drone shots, shooting for social media, or music videos. There's hundreds of post-production classes as well, where you can learn about editing using Premiere, CapCut, or DaVinci. And classes are taught by industry experts, and you can learn at your own pace no matter what your skill level. with many other categories including animation, music, marketing and personal development, just to name a few. You can join the Skillshare community today and have access to thousands of creative classes in dozens of categories. And the first 500 people to join Skillshare using the link down below will get 1 month premium free. And if you are filming shots of yourself, then I highly suggest that you try the feature I mentioned earlier, subject tracking. Subject tracking tracks you and keeps you centered in the frame. It only works in the standard field of view mode, not ultra wide. How this works is that it zooms in on the 4K image, so the maximum resolution can only be 2.7K. And if you're not filming yourself but you want immersive point of view shots, then use the ultra wide setting. So tap the field of view icon at the bottom and then select ultra wide. After you've been shooting for a while with this camera, you'll discover your favorite settings and you can save these as a preset for quick access. You can select your frame rate, your stabilization and your resolution and other parameters. So swipe down and tap the person icon and then press the plus icon. Now choose a scene graphic like biking, walking, skiing, etc. and then save your preset. I won't go into the pro settings on this video, but make sure to subscribe for more tips videos coming up. Share your own tips in the comments below and let me know which tip you found most useful. My name's Rich, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.